So we're going to have a quick look at angles on parallel lines. And so here you can see that we have a pair of parallel lines, which is denoted by these arrows on the lines. And then we have a line which goes through them, which we call a transversal. And that transversal creates certain angles with the parallel lines. And so there are some angle rules here that we can use. So one of them is that these angles are equal. Okay, so the green angles are equal, and we give those angles a name. We call them alternate angles. What is also true then is that these angles here will be equal, okay? And these are also called alternate angles, but we make the distinction between the red and the green ones by having alternate exterior angles. Exterior means on the outside, okay? And the green ones would be called alternate interior angles, okay? Because they're on the inside of the parallel lines. Now, all of those angles will be equal to each other because we also use the fact that we have vertically opposite angles, okay? Now, one other fact that we have is, I'm going to colour these in blue, we have this angle and this angle, and these angles are also equal. And these angles are called corresponding angles. One last fact is that we have these angles which are inside the parallel line, so I'm outlining them in purple. Okay, so we have this blue one here that's outlined in purple and this green one that's outlined in purple. And these two angles add to 180. Now, a word that we give to angles that add to 180 is supplementary. Okay, and the name that we give to these two angles is they're called co-interior. So one fact is that we say co-interior angles are supplementary. Which basically means the angles on the inside add up to 180, okay? So various angle facts that we have from our parallel lines. One way that we can remember our alternate angles is that they make a Z shape on the parallel lines, okay, so these form a Z, the interior ones. And then we also have the corresponding angles. They produce an F shape, okay, just going across there and down. Okay, so one way you can remember them is through the F shape on the parallel lines. So we can use those facts then to find missing angles. So here I have a diagram. It shows an angle of 125 degrees, and we want to find the value of A and B. Well, because 125 and B, they make this F shape, we can say that B is going to equal 125 degrees because of corresponding angles. And then we also have that this 125 here will be equal to A as well. They make the Z shape, which actually is backwards on this diagram, but A is also 125 degrees, and this is because of alternate angles. It also makes sense for A and B to be 125 because they're also vertically opposite to each other, so they will be equal. Having a look at this next diagram, we have an angle here of 74, and we want to find this missing angle here, X. So the angle fact we're going to use here is the fact that these angles are co-interior and they add up to 180, they're supplementary. So if we do 180 minus 74, we will get our value of X. So that makes 106 degrees, and this is because co-interior angles are supplementary. So here we are, we've got another example here. Now we can employ all sorts of other angle facts when we're working with these, because we also have our facts such as angles in a triangle or angles on straight lines or something like that, which can help us find missing angles that we have. So if I want to find this angle D, what I notice is that these two angles sit on a straight line. A transversal is a straight line. So it means that these two angles must add up to 180. So to find D, I do 180, take 128, and that will give me my angle there. So 180 take 128 is 52. And that's because of angles on a straight line. Now these add up to 180, so we can also say that these are supplementary, because supplementary just means adding up to 180. So we know that this is now 52, okay? And so we want to find the measure of angle E. Now angle D and angle E will be equal to each other because they make alternate exterior angles. So E is also 52 degrees, and that's because of alternate exterior angles. Let me just remind you of what that looks like on the diagram we did right at the beginning. So first of all, we looked at these alternate angles, the green ones, okay? And then we looked at the red ones, which are on the opposite side of the green ones, and we said those are also going to be equal, which are our alternate exterior angles. So here we have two transversals on our parallel lines. Now, one way that you can get around these questions is to start filling out angles that you can find. So for example, I might not be able to go straight to what X is. I might have to find some other angles first. So what I know is that I could probably find this angle that I'm colouring in blue, because we have two angles that lie on a straight line, and they would add up to 180. So here, if I do 180, take away 115, that'll give me 65 here, okay? I also have angles which are vertically opposite each other here, okay? So they are going to be equal, so I know that this is going to equal 32 degrees. And then to find X, now I'm going to use the fact that we have alternate angles. So this angle and all of this angle here are alternate. So I know that this is 115, and then the whole part here is 115 degrees. I've already worked out that part of that angle is 32, so to find X, I'm going to do 115, take away 32, and that will give me my answer for the missing angle. So X will equal 83 degrees. So X equals 83 degrees. So you see we've employed lots of different angle facts there to find the angle that we need. Sometimes you might be asked to set up equations. Okay, so here we have our angles on a parallel lines. We have some alternate angles here. And what we know is that alternate angles are equal. And so because they're equal, it means I can set up an equation. I know that this part here equals this. So X plus 38 equals 131. Now to solve this equation, I'm going to isolate X by taking away 38 from both sides. So 131 take away 38 gives me 93. So that means the measure of X is 93 degrees. I can set up a similar equation here using an angle fact. So the angle fact is that these angles here will add up to 180 because they're co-interior. So then I set up my equation. So 2x plus 15 plus 55 equals 180, and then I solve it. So I'm going to first of all simplify. So 2x plus 70 equals 180. I've added together these two to get 70. Take away 70 from both sides. So that equals 110. And then divide by 2. So x equals 55 degrees. And there's my value of x there.